Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I am your host, KJ, and this is the YouTube channel where I review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Now let's go, baby. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, everyone. My name is KJ, and I'm the host. And this is my spoiler review for the new Disney Plus series by Marvel Animation, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Episode 5. Again, this is a spoiler review. If you have not seen this, pause this, give me a thumbs up because that would help my YouTube channel grow. Go watch episodes 1 through 5 and more. Come back, let me know how you feel about Season 1, and let me know how you feel about this episode in the comments below. Again, this is a spoiler review. Y'all been warned. Now, let's get into it. This episode starts off with the introduction of Dr. Octavius, aka Dr. Octopus, where he sells the tech gear to the Russian woman from the last episode, and it looks like a helmet like a rhino, and I wasn't sure if this is the female version of the rhino, and she's just like, I'm not a rhino, I'm a unicorn, because the helmet shoots out lasers. And it made me think of the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I believe. 1 or 2, they had the rhino in it. But it was one of those things. So I'm not sure. I was just confused. That's my point. And she buys the gear and she leaves off. And we see that Dr. Otto is wanting to be better, to show the world pretty much that he's better than Tony Stark and Norman Osborn. Spider-Man is told that Harry Osborn will be the guy in the chair and to help Spider-Man. Now, what's interesting about that is, you know, when I watched the 90s Spider-Man TV show as a kid and the Sam Raimi movies of the Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire and stuff, Harry Osborn has always been Peter's best friend, but since the Tom Holland, the MCU, and this one, Harry Osborn is not really the best friend, as we see Nico is the best friend, and she's warning Peter not to trust him because who he is, and, you know, he has an ego, who his dad is. He's like, this guy might break you, hurt your heart, whatever. And you can tell that she misses him and she may have some feelings for Peter Parker. And so there's a little jealousy going on, like, because again, we're seeing Spider-Man be Spider-Man, but his real life as Peter Parker just kind of be unbalanced, always late, never on time, or just not as much as talkative as he used to be when he hanged out with her. So we see that, but Spider-Man and Harry do try to bond, and they come up with cool ways, and we see them like stop criminals, and, you know, from catching a guy from stealing a bicycle, kind of like the Homecoming movie. But it's all good. Like, that's what they do. And then we see like Lonnie, and we see him in a situation where he now has to choose football, which that includes college, high school, graduating from high school, or choosing the street life. And again, this is his villain origin story. So now we're watching the downfall of Lonnie. And, you know, we see like this is, again, this show so far has been showing the two different paths. And they're like a parallel path between Spider-Man and Lonnie. You know, we see Spider-Man being righteous, being the hero. And here goes Lonnie going down the street light, being the villain, being the bad guy. You know, and that's pretty cool. I like when they do that. And it seems like these two are gonna have to cross each other's paths while they decide to go what side they're gonna stand on. So obviously Spider-Man is the hero and Lonnie's gonna be the bad guy. So at some point, or maybe next season, these two will have to go head to head, fight to fight, fist to fist, breaking the law, you know, one's going to jail, one's trying to put somebody in jail, one of those situations. It's a Spider-Man story. But that's how it's going to be, and I like that. And then we also see again, we see two different fights too. See, Don, who's the gang leader of 110th Street, it's like, look, Lonnie, you're gonna help us fight the Scorpion, and obviously he chooses to. He could have been at football practice, but Don had his boys ready to pick him up. They were gonna drag him or beat him up, whatever. But Lonnie felt like his school couldn't protect him from these guys. And it's gang violence, but Lonnie chose to, and it looks like his football career is not gonna go anywhere, I guess. But then we see Spider-Man battle that Russian woman as he's trying, but we see him getting better and he's learning from his mistakes from the last fights. But he's trying to get better and he's being very heroic. And there's a scene where Lonnie saved Don from getting stabbed from Scorpion. And I like the new Scorpion look. That's pretty cool. He looks like a real G. And it's crazy, like, when I grew up watching him, he was like the weakest villain. Like, Spider-Man easily beat him, he always tied him up, and then he goes straight back to jail. This one, he's like, man, like, you don't want to mess with him. Like, you don't want to smoke with Scorpion. Like, he got to upgrade personality and attitude and abilities. Like, but I like that. And Spider-Man saved the Russian guy that he locked up from getting blasted, because the Russian woman knew he would do it. And we see like two different people being heroic, and now he's fighting for the block, for the streets, for the territories. And we reveal too, after he saves Don from getting stabbed from Scorpion, that Lonnie's new nickname is Tombstone. But we also see Spider-Man get back, and he was late for the movie date with Nico, but he brings Harry Osborn with her. And, she's a little nervous. She's scared. She's upset. She's jealous. But, because she cares. She has feelings for Peter Parker. And that's how that show ended. Now, I liked it. Before we get into topics, I did like this episode. It wasn't like unveiling. There was only one highlight, which was Lonnie finally getting his Marvel origin villain name, which is Tombstone, and he likes it. So this is like, now he's in villain mode pretty much. For now on, he's Tombstone. He's gonna beat Tombstone. Now, the way Tombstone looks, he looks like a dead being, and he's all gray. And he's, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It looks like Frankenstein without being Frankenstein. That's the best way I can describe him. But I'm not really familiar with that character as well, but definitely look up his origin story if you can. But I'm sure it's going to be a different twist to it when it comes to that. Nico, I think she's going to eventually find out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And I think she might be a superhero or a vigilante. I'm not sure with her either. I didn't look up anything, so I apologize. But I can see her being a superhero pretty much. And I think episode 6, 7, or 8, I think with that I think we'll get the Green Goblin, the Hobgoblin. I think Harry Osborn is trying his best to be a good friend, and I think he'll get jealous because that him and Nico, Peter Parker and Nico, are much closer because they know each other, they grew up with each other. That's how they're presenting it. So I see that happening. But other than that, I liked it. And again, the only highlight reveal was Lonnie being Tombstone. But not a bad episode. And again, it was fun watching Spider-Man fight and do his Spider-Man move sets. It was really cool. And this is just getting better and better. It just gets me more excited to see the next episode. And this is such a good series so far. So I'm loving it. But that's my review, y'all. And if I had to give it a 1 out of 10, I'm giving it an 8. Again, not perfect, but it was pretty simple. Nothing too revealing. No shocking twists. Just a slow pace to where it's going, but it's a good slow pace because you got your Spider-Man moments in there too. So definitely great. You're gonna love this. I'm enjoying it, and I want to hear how you guys feel about this episode. So let me know in the comments below. But thank you guys so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Subscribe, hit that notification button because you'll always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you guys, and peace out.